It has been 4 long months since the movie came out, but finally the Deadpool and Wolverine Marvel Legends figures are here. Let's open them up and see if they are worth all the hype. Long, long ago, in a far distant era, ancient history for some, there was a time when you could go see a movie in theaters, love the movie so much that you go to the store, ask your mom to get you a new toy from that movie. And you could go get it in the store, head to Toys R Us, KB Toys, and go and pick it up the same day. Heck, even before the movie came out, you could go and get the figure. And you didn't have to wait 4 months to get the figures for that movie. You freaking freak! Man, what a great time that was. And what happened to that? Why is that not a thing anymore? Why does a movie come out and then like 5 months later the toys for that movie come out? I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know what that reason is. And I know I'm not the only person that's frustrated by that. Like, what the heck? Anyway, it's just the time we're living in. But anyway, the figures are here now. 5 months later, whatever. They're still here. I've got them, and I'm very excited. Finally, we can talk about these figures. I feel like it's been the longest 5 months ever. If you want to get your hands on these guys right here, I've got links in the description. It's still on pre-order in some places, but I gotta say, I canceled my pre-orders because I saw other people getting them, and I went and I bought them for a little bit more than the normal price because I wanted to get them. So, and I got them on the Whatnot app. I spent a little, I don't know, aftermarket prices for these because I wanted them now so I can make this video. So I highly recommend, if you want these now or if you can't find them, head to the Whatnot app. It's a great secondhand app. I sell my old figures on there. You could probably still find plenty of them on there. You might pay a little more, or hey, go and grab a pre-order and wait a little bit longer. Go for it. Either way, you'll get them, and that's the best part. You'll get them. So in this video, let's open these guys up. Let's compare to some other Deadpool, some other Wolverine figures, some other Marvel Legends, see how good these figures really are, if they're worth all the hype, and let's do some toy photography afterwards. What do you say? Yeah, I agree, pal. So I don't know if you guys have had this on your radar yet, but Diamond Select is in the Deadpool and Wolverine game now too, and the Wolverine comes with like interchangeable arms. I think Deadpool comes with the golden guns, the Desert Eagle, whatever too. Like, that's pretty exciting. You go, Diamond Select. That's exciting for me, and I've got that down in the video description too if you're interested as well. Right off the bat, they look and feel much better than the ZD Toys ones that I reviewed before. Hey, those ones were fine. To be honest, they were pretty cool, but definitely not on this level. These look and feel much better. You know, you can actually get some movement out of these guys. You can already tell Articulation is going to be great. And man, that Hugh Jackman face sculpt is quite incredible. It really is. These honestly might be some of the best looking Marvel Legends in a while, especially Wolverine. Deadpool looks fine, but especially Wolverine looks really stinking good. Right off the bat, a big obvious thing is Wolverine does not have the sleeveless arms, you know, that really do, I think, look better than when he's got the sleeves. I really do think that looks better. And Hasbro didn't do that, at least for this one. I bet you what they're gonna do is come out with another one with maybe more battle damaged look, maybe more weathering, and have those sleeveless, those guns, have those guns. And then probably the same thing with Deadpool as well. We'll probably get that one next year or something. What I would really love is if they gave, you know, a Ryan Reynolds sculpt, which I don't think that Hasbro's done, right? Which is weird. Why is that not a thing? As far as detail goes on both of them, they both look great. They're both a little bit plain looking for sure, especially Deadpool. Deadpool looks very plain to me. I know he's got a much brighter looking suit in this movie and it makes sense, but because of that, it just makes the, I don't know, the red look a lot more boring, doesn't it? It's not quite so bad, I think, with Wolverine, even though he's got a lot of plain yellow bits and parts, but the red looks very boring, especially on his head. His head looks pretty boring. There was, you know, a little bit more on some of the other older Marvel Legends, and it seems kind of plain and boring to me. I don't know if that's just me or what. I've given a lot of praise to the unmasked sculpt, which is incredible. The other one, the masked face, is really great too. Like, this is really quite nice. Like, this is a beautiful looking sculpt too. Like, I don't know, they just keep getting better and better with their sculpts. It's crazy, crazy. So for Wolverine, he does come with a few things on top of the face sculpt, which we just talked about. But he comes with some hands as well. So if you don't want to have his snicked hands out, you can have one fist on the left hand and a slightly opened hand on the other. So you can have him holding something if you need it, or it's just kind of like a relaxed hand. So I think this is actually kind of a nice happy medium of stuff. And hey, $25-ish figure that comes with extra hands and an extra head, that's pretty solid, Hasbro. That's pretty great, especially one that looks as good as this one. I mean, come on, Hasbro. They do good. Deadpool does come with a little bit more, including 2 katanas, adamantium katanas. You can stick right in his back there, like that. None of the cool, like, symbols and stuff, like the Deadpool logo and stuff that was on it in the movie, which is unfortunate. Not a huge deal for me. We've got the baby knife that can be slit right in there, right on the bottom. Very nice. He does come with 2 extra hands for, they look like gun holding hands, but, oh, wait, he does, these are, please do not tell me that these guns right here are permanently holstered, please. Oh my God, yes. Okay. That would have been quite disappointing if we had another permanently holstered gun situation like we did with those ZD toys over there. So yes, guns. We have guns on a figure, and they, yes. So articulation for Deadpool is really great. You've got these really strong butterfly joints right here, which make actually a really big difference. And the elbow is crazy. You've got all of this. I don't know why all elbows aren't like this. Like, that looks a little awkward when it's all the way up like that, but you've got all the way up there. You've got, I don't know what angle that is, but usually I say 90 degree. This is like 1,000,000 degrees. Same with the knees too. You got the double joints there to really get as far up there as you need. Plenty of crunch too. Even despite the strap he's got there. And yeah, wow. You can really look all the way up. Articulation is as good as a Marvel Legends I think could get. And he has no problem standing up. This is good job, Hasbro. Wolverine's articulation is pretty much the same. He does have these shoulder pads that kind of get in the way a little bit. You know, they do cause a little bit of hindrance with moving around a little bit. As far as those butterfly joints, they're not quite as prominent. You can't get as far back with those. Same thing with the elbows. You're almost there. Still really great though. Elbows still fantastic. That's a great angle. Plenty of crunch. Like, super great. Like, actually, I really like that pose. I think I might do a photo with this pose now. I like that. I have heard some things in other videos too about there's like a new shoulder joint going on in there that's different or something. To be honest, I could not tell you the difference. I'm not super good with all kinds of different joints. Like, I know what works and what articulation is good, but the different types of joints, and I suck with that. So to be honest, shoulders are good. That's my diagnosis. What's the difference between the old Deadpool Marvel Legends and the new Marvel Legends? They seem like totally new sculpts. It seems totally new. I don't know how the sculpting world process works. I really don't. I'm not gonna pretend that I do. But it seems like they did use this probably as like, I don't know, a reference, and then like made some adjustments on this one. Because yeah, there's plenty of different things. Like the legs are pretty much totally different. There's different straps all around. There's different stuff going on the chest here. There's more weathering on the older one. So it does seem completely different. Even the face does look a little bit different. So I think they are totally new sculpts, and that's pretty cool. You know, that's a great thing. If they had just taken this and spiced it up and made it more red, probably would have gotten plenty of pushback. Seems like the same quality of a Deadpool figure, but yeah, it's some different things here and there in the outfit, in the costume. I do like the bright red more. I think that stands out more, but this darker one does have more happening in the color that makes it give it more depth and stuff. Like the face on this Deadpool seems very bland, but this one, since there's a little bit more going on as far as paint and there's more texture, I guess, I don't know, it feels like there's more going on, so I do like the way that looks. I think they're both great. I'm happy to have both of them. Speaking of Deadpool, here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Deadpool, which is my favorite Deadpool I think that I've got. And also here he is compared to the ZD Toys. Actually, I'm gonna take you out of here. There he is, compared to the ZD toys. And here he is also compared to that, the Mafex one that I did a video on too, which I quite like. Definitely some difference. Very much smaller than the ZD toys, obviously. Still a little bigger than the Deadpool figure art, which is the best. And yeah, totally different really from this Deadpool, but still worth comparing, you know? So if you just got the new Wolverine because you already had the old Deadpool, I think you'll be just fine. They work perfectly together. Honestly, if you already have this Deadpool and you're not really too crazy on getting another one, just stick with this one. It's great and they work perfectly together. So no worries there. That's totally great. So as far as Wolverines go, here he is compared to the Mezco one, which I do love this one. And here he is compared to the ZD toys. It's almost like a little perfect staircase. Boop, boop, boop. So, the question is, are they worth the hype? Well, yeah, I mean, duh, of course, they're great. They're really everything exactly as I was thinking they would be, which is a good thing, because sometimes you see pictures and then later you get them and you're like, ooh, you know? No, this is great. This sculpt of this Hugh Jackman is just as great as I thought it would be. They're definitely Marvel Legends, you know? That's for sure. They certainly are meeting the par of quality that Marvel Legends has already created a reputation with. Yeah, they definitely are. Is it a W or L? Yeah, obviously it's a W as well. I don't know how you could really think it's an L. Maybe you wanted Deadpool to be different. Maybe you wanted those accessories. Honestly, that's probably the only L, is no golden guns, no Deadpool face, no sleeveless arms. I get that. Don't worry, we'll get them. And Hasbro will get us to buy another one. You know how it is. I don't know why I just did that. Why'd I do that? Okay, it's a shooting and reviewing video. Let's do some shooting after we did the reviewing. Let's go and do it. Should we do a funny one or an action one or both? We'll see. Let's go. Okay, here we are. We're back in my kitchen as we always are. I love shooting here. We have got Deadpool and Wolverine. They're standing on the edge here. And right now you can't tell, but they're gonna be flipping me off. They're gonna be giving me the bird, you know? And you can't really tell, obviously, but I'm gonna do a little bit of Photoshop. So with Wolverine, I'm gonna make it so he's flipping me off with just his claws. And with Deadpool, I'm going to do a little bit of Photoshop with adding one of these fingers onto that hand to make him look like he's flipping me off too. And so the whole point of the joke is gonna be me going to grab my figures for a shoot and they're flipping me off saying, hell no, you're gonna blow us up. Kind of, I don't know, that's what I'm going for, but it's gonna be kind of funny, hopefully. Right now with my lighting setup, it looks really good. Camera, I've got great rim lighting. I've got a little bit of blue in the background. It's like obviously very simple, but it's all looking kind of good. You know, simple sometimes is really good. So I was able to get both Deadpool and Wolverine both perfectly in focus in camera over here, if you can tell, because I have them perfectly in the focus line. So one of the things that I've kind of captioned the focus line, as long as you have everyone perfectly straight against the line that's perfectly flat up against your camera, they'll be perfectly in focus, or I think it's actually called the focus pane, but I like calling it the focus line. If you want more of an in-depth kind of breakdown of what that is and how to get everything in focus, I have it in this video here also. I also had to take out one of Deadpool's swords because they were so funny. In camera, it was lining up like right where his finger should be on his hand, and it was gonna make the most confusing thing ever, like his sword hilt and his middle finger, like it was, so I had to just take it out too. So such a weird coincidence. So I'm gonna take a couple shots. I'm gonna take one with another light right here so I can get a little bit more rim lighting on Hugh's right side. I know it's a little overkill, but I like the way that looks. Then I'm gonna take another shot with my hand like this. I've got one light underneath here, which is gonna give some cool lighting to my hand. Just like this, like I'm about to grab it. Then I'll take another one holding this hand, which is from the other Deadpool, the old Deadpool figure, kind of hold it up right here and take the shot. And that's gonna be kind of like a reference for me to just take it and place it onto that hand in Photoshop. And of course, if you want any more info on how I edit my photos, I've got a whole toy photography editing playlist on the channel, so just make sure to check that out. I've got just about everything in there, so definitely head over there. My settings are pretty straightforward. I've got 3200 for my shutter speed. I don't need anything fast. I'm not doing any special effects or anything. My f-stop's at 3.5, which isn't crazy low. It's still pretty low, but it's high enough for me to make sure I get the whole figures in focus, you know. And so my ISO is at 400, so nothing crazy right now. Okay, so let's go and take this shot. Here we go. So the Marvel Legends of Deadpool and Wolverine are finally here, and are they worth all the hype? I think so. They're definitely great figures. The best ones so far of these Deadpool and Wolverine movie versions, in my opinion. But we'll see with the other ones. We got Diamond Select, Figuarts, a ton coming out. Let me know if you think I should get those too and review them as well. If you did enjoy the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Always more videos coming every single week. This photo, of course, will be posted on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. All of those links to follow me on those platforms are linked in the description below as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video. And I'll see you in the next one.